a college student in Italy, a horrific murder, and an American woman accused of a crime she swears she didn't commit. Was Amanda Knox a cold-blooded killer, or the victim of a global media frenzy gone wrong? Hello everyone, welcome to the Serial Crime Chronicles for newcomers to this channel. If you love true stories, this channel was made for you. We post true crime stories they thought they buried every day. If this interests you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you always get the latest content. Your support means a lot. Don't forget to hit the like button. As I've told you before, the like button is a simple gesture for you, but for me it's something huge because it helps YouTube know that people like my content and shows it to more new people. So please don't forget to support me by hitting that like button. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most controversial murder cases of the 21st century, the death of Meredith Kercher and the trial of Amanda Knox. Over the next 3 episodes, you will hear the story from the night of the murder to the final court verdict and the questions that remain unanswered to this day. Perugia is a picturesque hilltop city in central Italy, famous for its medieval architecture and bustling student life. Among the thousands of international students drawn to its charm was Amanda Knox, a 20-year-old American from Seattle, studying abroad to improve her Italian and embrace a new culture. She shared a small villa with 3 other women, 2 Italian roommates, and Meredith Kercher, a 21-year-old exchange student from England. Meredith was vibrant, studious, and close to her family. Amanda was adventurous, easygoing, and, to some, eccentric. Despite different personalities, they coexisted amicably in the cozy home on Via della Pergola. On the morning of November 2nd, 2007, Amanda returned from spending the night at her new boyfriend Raphael Sollecito's apartment. What she found was unsettling. The front door was open, and there were drops of blood in the bathroom sink. At first, she brushed it off, thinking one of the roommates might have had a nosebleed. But the tension escalated when Meredith's bedroom door was locked from the inside. Calls to her phone went unanswered. When police arrived and forced the door open, they were met with a nightmare. Meredith lay partially covered by duvet, her throat slashed, and evidence of a violent struggle was all around. Within hours, Amanda and Raphael went from witnesses to persons of interest. Their behavior at the crime scene drew attention. Amanda's emotional responses seemed odd to investigators, sometimes affectionate with Raphael, sometimes attached. Local media began to spin a salacious story, the Foxy Knoxy nickname taken from Amanda's old MySpace account, painted her as a femme fatale. In reality, Amanda was inexperienced with the brutality of crime, but in the public eye, she was becoming a villain. The autopsy revealed Meredith had been sexually assaulted before her death, and DNA evidence pointed to an unknown male, later identified as Rudy Guede, a man with a history of break-ins. But the police didn't stop looking at Amanda and Raphael. They claimed inconsistencies in their stories, noting that both changed small details about their whereabouts on the night of the murder. To keep up with this series and even more interesting true crime stories that never came to light until now, hit the red subscribe button. Now back to the story. The Italian police were under intense pressure. International media was watching, and an arrest would be a career-defining moment. 3 days after the murder, Amanda was brought in for questioning late at night. Without a lawyer or interpreter she trusted, she signed a statement placing herself at the scene, something she later claimed was coerced during hours of aggressive interrogation. This statement implicated a local bar owner, Patrick Lumumba, but he had a solid alibi. Still, Amanda's retracted word had already set the course. On November 6, 2007, Amanda Knox, Raphael Sollecito, and Rudy Guede were arrested for the murder of Meredith Kercher. The stage was set for a trial that would divide public opinion for years. By the end of that first week, 3 people sat behind bars. One of them, Rudy Guede, would later admit to being in the house the night Meredith died. But the question that haunted the world was, did Amanda Knox kill her friend? Right now we'll dive into the trial, the evidence, and the media circus that turned a murder case into a spectacle. An American student in Italy accused of murder, a trial that would grip the world. But was the evidence against Amanda Knox enough to put her away for life, or was something more sinister going on? Rudy Guede's DNA was found on Meredith's body and belongings. He claimed he had consensual relations with Meredith and was in the bathroom when an unknown man attacked her. But prosecutors believed Amanda and Raphael helped him carry out the murder. The prosecution painted a sensational story, a sex game gone wrong, fueled by jealousy and marijuana. They pointed to a small kitchen knife from Raphael's apartment, claiming Meredith's DNA was on the blade and Amanda's on the handle. They also cited mixed traces of Amanda and Meredith's DNA in the bathroom. But the defense tore holes in the forensic work, arguing the crime scene had been contaminated and that the DNA evidence was too small to be reliable. Italian and British tabloids devoured the case. Photos of Amanda kissing Raphael outside the villa were framed as cold and unfeeling. Every outfit, every expression, every word was analyzed. In the U.S., some outlets defended her. Others portrayed her as dangerous. Amanda's parents flew to Italy, launching a PR campaign to counter the negative coverage. But inside the Perugia courthouse, the jury was hearing a much darker story. In December 2009, after a year-long trial, the verdict came down. Amanda Knox and Raphael Sollecito were convicted of murder and sexual assault. Amanda was sentenced to 26 years in prison, Raphael 25. Rudy Guede, tried separately, was sentenced to 30 years, later reduced to 16. Amanda's family was devastated. But the case was far from over. In Italy, appeals are built into the justice system, and Amanda's legal team vowed to fight. Amanda Knox was now one of the most famous prisoners in the world. But in the years to come, shocking revelations about the investigation and forensic evidence would turn the case upside down. Convicted of murder in Italy, Amanda Knox faced decades behind bars. But a closer look at the evidence would reveal a case full of cracks and ignite a legal battle that divided the globe. In 2011, Amanda's appeal revealed troubling facts. The knife prosecutors claimed was the murder weapon was too big to match the wounds. The DNA on it was likely due to contamination. Footprints previously thought to belong to Amanda were identified as Rudy Guede's. Independent experts testified that much of the DNA evidence was unreliable. The court overturned Amanda and Raphael's convictions. After 4 years in prison, Amanda walked free, returning to Seattle to an emotional reunion with her family. But it wasn't over. In 2013, Italy's highest court annulled the acquittal, ordering a retrial. In 2014, the Florence court again convicted Amanda and Raphael, though she remained in the U.S. appeals dragged on until 2015, when Italy's Supreme Court definitively acquitted them, citing stunning flaws in the investigation. Rudy Guede served 13 years before early release in 2021. He remains the only person definitively convicted of Meredith Kercher's murder. To this day, Meredith's family maintains that more than one person was involved, while Amanda insists she is innocent. Amanda Knox has since become an advocate for criminal justice reform, writing books and hosting podcasts. But the shadow of the case still follows her. So, what do you think? Was Amanda